For our second dish, we're going to do a butternut squash casserole. And this one is pretty straightforward. We're just going to use one butternut squash. We obtained that from Three Springs Farms at the market. And then just a couple other ingredients. We're going to use honey and brown sugar. And then if you want to use a little bit of salt and pepper and olive oil to taste, you certainly can. So we're going to go through those steps next. For our next recipe, the butternut squash. You want to take the butternut squash and you want to go ahead and cut both ends off. Set those aside. And then, being very careful, and of course the sharper knife you have, the better, you want to go ahead and you want to cut lengthwise your squash. And then once you have it cut, you want to go ahead and take out the seeds. Now you can use the seeds if you want. Go ahead and set those aside, rinse them off, and toast them. But if you don't want them, certainly the easiest way is to just take a spoon and scoop them out. And we're going to set the squash on a sheet tray. Then once you have them scooped out, you want to take a little bit of olive oil, just lightly dust them. Then you want to go ahead and take some brown sugar, put brown sugar on it. Again, during the cooking process, your brown sugar will melt. And then you can go ahead and add a little salt and pepper if you desire. Just gives it a little bit of savory to it. And then lastly, you want to put a little honey on it. Now you do want to save some of your sugar and some of your honey for after cooking. You're going to want to go ahead and put those on about 10 minutes before the cooking process is completed. But in the meantime, we're going to put this in a 350 degree oven and we'll cook it for probably a good 30 to 45 minutes. And you know it's cooked when you take a fork or a knife, and when pierced, there's no resistance, kind of like baked potatoes. And so we're going to go ahead and put those in the oven. So our butternut squash has come out of the oven, and as you can see, it is cooked beautifully. The honey and the brown sugar has perfectly incorporated itself into the dish, into the squash. To serve this, it's very straightforward. You want to get a couple of spoons. And when you're ready to serve, you want to go ahead and put it on your serving tray or your serving plate. Here I just have a regular sized plate. And then you can go ahead and score with a knife if you want. Or you can just simply take the spoon and people can serve it just like that. So you can see the consistency and the texture. It is perfectly cooked throughout. You can also, if you don't want to leave it in the skins and make a mess, you can certainly take it out and put it in a casserole dish. I like to serve it like this because it really gives everybody the idea of how it was baked. And in the little wells where we took our seeds from, it does incorporate some of the juices, and you can use that again to pour back over the squash. People can use it to get more of a flavor to the squash. Again, the flavor on this is absolutely amazing. It has a very sweet taste to it, but also you can taste a little bit of the salt and pepper that we put on there, and then the sweetness of the honey. So again, a great side dish to offer besides the mashed potato.